What's going on, everyone? Austin Jump Plays here, and I feel like soon as I put out a video talking about a subject in this game that we don't know much about, everyone loves it. And then a whole bunch of people try it, and some people find a better, more improved way to do things, and that's fantastic. Us as a community, when we try different things and it turns out to be better, that's great. I'm in the Reddit, I'm in my Discord, I'm in other people's Discords, and today we're essentially going to be talking about an even faster, more effective way for you to hunt shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Max Raid battles in their dens in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, there's an update. Let's run the update. The previously involved method requires you to go into the Get the Wild Area News, and from the Wild Area News for you to create an anchor after clearing out all the Pokemon, and then respamming that one promoted raid. And the biggest drawback here is that Pokemon's den then changes frequently. And with it changing frequently, that's the most amount of time that you're actually going to be losing in this method, and it has been improved upon. Now, one of the mechanics on how this actually works is that the max raid dens that are spawned by you can do the date spam trick on. And the max raid dens that are not spawned by you, that are naturally spawned, whenever you do the date spam trick, they actually change location. So in order to do this, we're gonna need a few wishing pieces. I'm gonna say like 30. And you know what? You have a lot of watts. If you've been watching my videos and you've been hunting gmax Pokemon, you have so many watts. This is not an issue to you at all. Don't act like it is. We're gonna come right here to the Dusty Bowl. That's Hammerlock over there. You just come right around that top area. And this one den right here is going to be one of the locations that promoted Pokemon can spawn at. Before we go ahead, we're gonna go to Mystery Gift, and we're going to go to Get the Wild Area News. Great. All the dens have been updated. This is one of the dens that is able to spawn promoted Pokemon. I have seen conflicting reports about one in particular issue, which is before doing this method where I am right now, you need to go around, you need to make sure that any of the dens that currently exist in the wild area are not promoted dens. Meaning that any of them that have a beam right now, you're gonna go around and make sure that it's not a centiskorch, a Snorlax, Gigantamax butterfree, or anything else like that. So we found Gigantamax butterfree, let's knock it out really fast. Eevee's helping hand was ready to help Magikarp. This boy's a bug, so we're gonna use a net ball. I don't actually need this butterfree. I mean, it's nice if it gets caught, but again, don't need it. Can't win them all, right? That was a promoted raid. Fantastic. Now that we've made sure that there's no promoted raids in the wild area, we're gonna head back to that den that I showed you in the Stony Wilderness, and we're gonna drop a wishing piece in there. We're not spamming this or anything else. We're just hoping that this is gonna be a promoted raid right now. And it's not, it's Gigalith. Now we're gonna turn right around to the Giant's Mirror, to this one den right next to this rock and this big, I don't know, rock obelisk thing. And we're gonna drop a wishing piece in here. Essentially what we're doing is we're going to despawn that den by coming to this den. And since we have such a giant influx of watts, we could be a little reckless with our wishing pieces. And we get a toxicity, not what we wanted. Let's head back over here. And we're essentially gonna repeat this process until one of these two dens has a promoted raid. Onyx. Ooh, a rare den. Lantern. Whenever you get the rare den, you're not gonna be getting a promoted Pokemon. So, it's just kind of like, hey, wasted your time on that 10% chance. It's a Barbaracle. You know, this is the first game that I've enjoyed just using the solo Joy-Cons. Probably because I'm not, like, actively, like, attacking things or anything else like that. It's a Boltund. That's a Colossal. He's not promoted, right? Oh, by the way, the promoted Pokemon currently, I'm gonna have those on screen because it's nice for you to know exactly what we're looking for, right? Another Boltund. Boom, there we go. We found ourselves a centiskorch. Centiskorch should not be here. This is a promoted Pokemon. This is exactly what we want. So now we're at the same point of where we start our adventure of shiny hunting. Actually, it's not a Gmax Pokemon. So we're just gonna do the date spam trick here. We're gonna invite others. By the way, I definitely want to point this out, and I should have been pointing this out, although I didn't realize it was so necessary for me to point out. Don't do this online. Like, if you're doing any of the date spoofing things that you're looking for others, don't do it online. One, it's slower, And that defeats the purpose of why we're doing it. And two, if you do it online, it's creating a whole bunch of empty lobbies that immediately get canceled out, and the people who are trying to play the game legitimately can't join their lobbies. Even though in theory you're doing it so fast that it should not invite other people, people seem to think that doing this method is destroying the online community. And who's doing this online? Seriously. So we're gonna go 1 day forward. We no longer have to go 1 year forward and stay on August 1st. Because essentially what we're doing is now that we spawned this here, it's gonna stay here. And if we encounter it again, we get 2000 watts, and boom, we get Corviknight. This is the Gigantamax Corviknight. If it is a Gigantamax Pokemon, we're gonna save the game right beforehand, we're going to not invite others, and we're gonna hop on in. And we can clearly see that this bad boy right here is not a shiny. He's black, he's not gray. So we're gonna hit the home button, we're gonna close the software, we're gonna head back into the software, and it's gonna put us right in front of the same den that we were just in, with the raid den being spawned with that same Corviknight. Friendly reminder, this Corviknight is always the same exact Corviknight. It's gonna have the same individual values, the same nature, same stats, same shininess, everything. That's the reason that we save beforehand, because if we find this shiny Pokemon, we don't want the chance of, well, we don't want the chance of not being able to defeat it, but we definitely don't want the chance of us not catching it. We're gonna change the day to 1 day forward again, head back into the game, quit, encounter the den again, and boom, it's another Gigantamax Corviknight. So we're going to save the game again, and not invite others, hop right into the battle. This is a different Gmax Corviknight than the one that we just encountered. Even though it's the same species and it's Gigantamax, this one is different. It has a chance to be shiny, its stats are different, its max IVs are different, so it could be a completely different Pokemon. Close the game out, repeat this process over again. So what used to take a while by, if it wasn't the Pokemon that you wanted, you would have to go around and find the exact den that the promoted Pokemon is in. But now with the Wishing Piece method, we're able to respawn a promoted Pokemon in one of these 2 dens consistently. And so because of that, we're actually reducing the amount of time that it takes for you to find the Pokemon. 2000 watts, regular centiskorch. We don't want regular centiskorch, we want Gigantamax centiskorch, so we're gonna hit the home button, go to system settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom, system, date and time, change the day to 1 day forward, boop, and boom, Gigantamax butterfree. Again, always save before going into that den because, well, you need to. And to all the people who've been tweeting me that they've been doing all the resets in order to get shiny max raid Pokemon, this method is going to be much faster and much easier for you, which is fantastic because anything you could do to reduce the amount of time that it takes for you to find a shiny Pokemon, you want to do, because again, it's not fast. This is not a fast method. You're not going to be immediately flying in and doing this. There's always a chance that it happens by luck. As soon as the Snorlax update went live, someone randomly, their first Gigantamax Snorlax, it was shiny. And then they reached out to me on Twitter, and then I joined the raid, and boom, I got myself a shiny Gigantamax Snorlax, and I'm pretty happy about that. And then I told Philly Beats You, and Philly Beats You got one. He's got a cool thing coming up soon. A-Drive's got a cool thing coming up soon. And pretty excited for both those things coming up soon. So guys, this is pretty much the new method. It's faster than before. It cuts down on you having to run around, and your date, instead of being in the year 2094, instead you're still gonna be in the same year. Not shiny butterfree, its eyes would be different. So fantastic, guys. I hope you found this video helpful for this update on how to hunt shiny Gigantamax Pokemon. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Hopefully I'll one day get big enough to be on YouTube Rewind, but you never know. Now it's just a top 10. Till next time, Austin John out.